Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I hope you are all doing well. By the grace of Allah Almighty, Alhamdulillah, we are now continuing our second term in level 6. I'm Sahrish Naveed, your science teacher, and together we will study chapters 5, 6, and 7 this term. Today we begin chapter 5, Matter as Particles. From a scientific perspective, everything around us is made up of tiny particles that we cannot see with our eyes. But if we think deeply, this also connects to our Islamic belief. Allah Almighty says in Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, indeed Allah is not shy to present an example, that of mosquito or what is smaller than it. This verse reminds us that even the smallest things in the universe, whether particles, atoms, or living creatures, are part of Allah's creation and science for us to reflect upon. So, as we study matter as particles, let's remember that science helps us understand the hidden systems of the universe, while Islam guides us to see these systems as the wonders of Allah's creation. Open the page number 50. Today we are going to start chapter 5, Matter as Particles. We will discuss SLO number 1 and 4. Explain the particle theory of matter. It's SLO number 1, and SLO number 4 is discuss using the particle theory of matter why liquids and gases can flow easily but solids cannot. Let's open the page 51. Today we are going to study particle theory of matter. We already know that matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. But why do solids, liquids, and gases behave differently? To answer this, scientists gave us the particle theory of matter. According to this theory, all matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms and molecules. These particles are too small to be seen with our eyes, but their arrangement and movement explain the properties of the matter. The main postulates of this theory, first one is atoms and molecules. All matter is made up of tiny particles. Later, these particles were named atoms and molecules. For example, water is made of very small molecules called H2O. Next one is constant movement. Particles are always in motion. In solids, particles vibrate but stay in fixed positions. In liquids, particles move more freely. They can flow and take the shape of the container. But in gases, particles move very fast and randomly. They can spread out and fill any space. Third one is spaces. Particles have spaces between them. Solids have very little spaces between particles. Liquids have more spaces than solids. But gases have very large spaces between particles. That's why gases can be compressed. Last one is effect of heat on particles. When heat is added, particles move faster. When cold, particles move slower. This explains why heating can change the states of matter and cooling can cause freezing or condensation. Now we will discuss the activities. Activity 1 explains the motion of particles. Drop food coloring in water without stirring. Color spreads slowly. It shows particles are always moving. Activity number 2 explains particles have spaces between them. Mix sand and water in a cylinder. Volume is less than expected because water fills spaces between sand particles. Shows there are spaces among particles. Activity number 3, it explains the effect of heat. If you add ink in hot and cold water separately, ink spreads faster in hot water because particles move faster with heat as compared to cold water. That's all about the topic. And your homework is understand these three activities and write down these three activities on your notebook.